as a country we face a generational transition. Below 35, they are crying out for help. The country is in a mess. We know we are inheriting a mess. We know this country has been left with nothing.
The potential of every man is not seen by himself, but by others. So a wise man will actually take a look on what the people surrounding him are actually saying. And then you'll be able to discern and follow the real direction of his destiny. Zimbabwe's destiny, the young people of Zimbabwe's destiny is premised on the ballot, is premised on an X. Just a simple X, just a ballpoint is going to liberate Zimbabwe. That is the reason why you have seen an enemy fighting a ballpoint. Just a mere ballpoint. An enemy is fighting a ballpoint. You will be told that Zimbabwe aitorwi nebhilo. But remember, when ZANU-PF got into power in 1980, they signed a deal at Lancaster House Conference. And that deal was inked using a ballpoint. It was not a gun which was used to sign the Lancaster House Agreement. In 1980, elections happened. It was not a gun which signed an X and on a ballot paper. It was a ballpoint which signed that X. If you take a look on Mugabe's assumption of power, everything was done using a ballpoint. Everything was done through a ballpoint. Mugabe himself was a teacher. He used the ballpoints to mark exercise books for his students, which means Zimbabwe is going to be liberated by a pen. Zimbabwe, the main bullet we need as Zimbabweans is a pen, and we just need to put an X on a ballot paper and Zimbabwe shall be free. So the youth of Zimbabwe are implored to recognize the power in them. They have to recognize that their destiny should be marked through an X, so that they start that journey to walk through a prosperous Zimbabwe, so that they start getting contracts and they start building their own nation, so that their ideas begin to be put on paper and they begin to be realized across Zimbabwe, so that their potential begin to be recognized countrywide and world over. Because if you go worldwide, Zimbabwe is everywhere. Just because of a ballpoint which was used during the examinations, every Zimbabwean is recognized everywhere. Go to Europe, America. There are Zimbabwean experts who sat down and wrote their examinations using a ballpoint. There are Zimbabwean experts in UK who are working in various departments, including the health department there. And if you take a look on the lucrative engineering things which are being done by Zimbabweans, you would wonder, what kind of Zimbabwean is this? He came from an academy from Zimbabwe, where he was using a ballpoint, a simple ballpoint. But because of that, we've seen a lot of Zimbabweans occupying very, very, very prestigious positions across the world. And you'll be told to believe that an X will not liberate Zimbabwe. Look at the ZANU-PF primary elections. They used the ballpoints to tick provider. They were using ballpoints to vote during the primary elections. And they are claiming to be victorious using the same ballpoints. And they are claiming to be the champions who are going to be pioneering the elections against Advocate Nelson Chamisa's team. But they won those elections not through a gun, but through a ballpoint. Yet they wanted to deny young people of Zimbabwe an opportunity to liberate this country through a ballpoint. And they're telling us about war. They're telling us about guns because they don't care about blood, because they don't value human blood, because they've reduced human beings to dogs. They regard us as dogs, as useless people, as animals. But we are calling that to end as young people. We are saying, let us go out in our numbers, in our multitudes. Make sure that we are the first to be in the queue. Make sure that we are the first to vote for Triple C, so that the spirit of change is found at each and every polling station. Unoziva kuti kana pakasvika vanhu vane destiny pamunongosvika, so there are other people who are inspired by your presence. Unoziva kuti vakuru vaya vakawana vechidiki vakazara vari muqueue vakamirira kuenda kunovhota kuenda kunoisa X, they will be inspired to actually say, let us vote for change. Why is it that these young people who have never come out like this, they are out like this to actually vote? They will be inspired to vote for change. They will be inspired to actually make sure that change comes to the nation of Zimbabwe. Remember that when God is willing, or when there is will, when there is a will of God, nobody, no human can stop the will of God. If these people had the power to stop our destiny, they would have resurrected all the comrades they buried at the National Heroes Acre. Because some of them, they still need them. Some of them, they are actually crying. But because we have to endure the pain of losing our beloved ones without being able to return them, which means kana nguva yaMwari yasvika, nobody, hakuna munhu anoti oho anorarama panyika achagona kumisa nguva yaMwari. Mwari vanogona kutobvisa vamwe vanhu panyika kuitira kuti chido chavo kana kuti kuda kwavo kuitwa. Saka vanhu veZimbabwe ngatizavhundudzirwa tichiudzwa kuti hanzi Ballpoint haisunungure Zimbabwe. Ndinokuudzai kuti Ballpoint iri kuzosunungura Zimbabwe mugore rino 2023. Handei tese tinoisa X and we will have the results. Why are they having elections? If they know kuti the Ballpoint will not liberate Zimbabwe. They know the truth. They know that change is coming and change shall come.